Hi guys, it's Mitchell here, Mitchell in Minnesota. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who are not new to my channel, welcome back. And to those of you who are new, thank you so much for joining me today. After this video, hopefully you will, like, subscribe, comment, yada, yada, yada. So, my name is Mitchell. I had revision surgery from gastric band, lap band, to Roux-en-Y gastric bypass on August 7th, 2018 at St. Joseph's Hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota with Dr. Jeffrey Fozen. My highest weight recorded for this journey was 273 pounds. My surgery day weigh-in was 260 pounds. And today, September 3rd, 2018, I am at 242 pounds, which is a total loss of, 31 pounds-ish. In the last week, I have lost about a pound. We'll talk about the stalls later in the video. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because that's always an important one. I like to hear people's stats. I'm feeling a lot better in a lot of ways. And I'm feeling a lot more insecure in a lot of ways. And I'm feeling anxious in a lot of ways, and I'm feeling like I want this to be done in a lot of ways, and I think that that's just a part of the process that we go through. I think putting any labels or this is how you have to feel, this is how you're going to feel is a bit silly because we don't know how we're going to feel. We don't know how how it is, and that's just unfortunately what it is. I've spent the last week trying to get out a little bit more. My job is I'm in and out of the car, going into students' homes and stuff like that, so I've really gotten on to the tuna, excuse me, little tuna Star-Kissed, I think is the brand packages, because they're like 70 calories and they're like 15 to 19 grams of protein, and they're in a bunch of different flavors, and I can literally just eat them out of the thing, which isn't glamorous, but that's the way it is. I've had that, I've been on that, and pretty much hard-boiled eggs. And I'm saying that because it's like, I've got one more week. I'm a couple days shy of my exact 3 week, but I'll be busy that day, so. I've been lazy when it comes to creating new, exciting meals, and I don't really care in a lot of ways, if that makes sense. I make my husband's food, because kitchen is my domain. I don't need anybody else going in there, but it's, excuse me, I did it for my puree, and it's like, yeah, I can cut up half a piece of chicken and puree it and then divvy it out for a week, but that's a little monotonous. So I've just kind of had eggs and the tuna things, like ready to go things, because I'm not in it to win it. I don't feel like a master chef right now, and that's okay. I know it's okay because I'm still in the soft food stage. I'm not even into like regular foods yet, which is fine. Head hunger has gotten a lot better in some ways and a little bit worse in some other ways. I think it's better in that I consistently, anytime I'm like, oh, I could go for a snack, I do ask myself, are you hungry? Like, let's drink some water first and see how we feel. And that's the unfortunate thing for myself, or the fortunate thing that I think we need to remember, is I know I got this surgery because I have a problem with food. I have an addiction to food, and I have no qualms about that. So it's really hard to not think about it, especially because it's a part of our life, you guys. It's what we do. It's who we are. And that's frustrating. So it is what it is. We'll move on from there. But it's gotten worse in that, like, am I really hungry? I think it's just a little bit more naggy. I remember when I had my lap band, and anybody that's out there that's had a lap band before, maybe you remember that. It took me like a year to get over sweet cravings and savory cravings, like for chips and crap food. And then I wasn't too interested in it. I mean, for example, today I buy the bariatric box, excuse me, from bariatricpal.com. I had this double chocolate pudding in it. So I made that today with Fairlife milk instead of water. And it was maybe a half cup at most, and I probably ate less than half of it. I felt pretty satisfied, and it wasn't that good. So, yeah. And yeah. And it's so funny because, like, I remember, like, my grocery stores from back home, and anybody from the West Coast, maybe you'll remember, like, I'm a big Safeway person, QFC back home in Washington State, but Safeway for sure. I even worked at Safeway in college. They don't have that in Minnesota. We've got Cub, and which is I do not like, and we've got Hy-Vee, which I really do like. So it's kind of like, I know what I liked, the house brands and, like, these other stores, and, like, I'm not a year and 2 months in, I'm still like, meh, I'm not about that. So it's been an interesting road. I still haven't been out to eat yet, and I'd like to do that. I think it's just hard. I think it's just emotionally, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. My poor husband, he's like, hey, let's go celebrate. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? You know, in my own home, I have a hard enough time keeping myself together. But you know what? I can try it. I'm keeping my eye on the prize. Yeah, I feel a little bit thinner in my stomach and stuff because there's not as much food in there, so I don't know if it's real or not. And then, you know, I'm starting to get this little guy here. Yeah, that's cute. But yeah. So sorry, I'm looking at my notes as always. So I did this week have my first dumping episode, or what I believe to be a dumping episode. So let me tell you about it. I was naughty in the house, and my husband had some Tostitos. So I had a little Tostito, which is a chip, is a slider food. I know, stupid. And I had, I think, probably 2 or 3 of those. And I was like, okay, that's done. I'm done. Then I came back to the kitchen. I was washing the dishes. And I had one more, but I put nacho cheese on it, like the Tostitos fake cheese stuff. I'm so embarrassed I'm even saying this, but it's accountability, because if I put it out there, then I know that I did do it and I can learn from it. It was so good. It was tasty as fuck. It was so good, you guys. But about 20 minutes later, I was like, oh, I don't feel very good. And it wasn't like I'm gonna die. I didn't have, well, what did I do first? This may be a little bit TMI. I went to the bathroom for probably 20 minutes, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, this is weird. And then my stomach just continued to hurt. So, like, I had to go lay down. And it wasn't sweaty. I didn't throw up. I wasn't any of that stuff. But I literally, oh, excuse me. I laid in bed for probably 45 minutes, just kind of squirming around. And I kept telling myself, this is good. Not everybody gets dumping, if this even was dumping. Not everybody gets it. So I'm very thankful that I do, because I'm the kind of person, I need to touch the stove to know it's hot, you know? And that's just the kind of person I am. Not the kind of person I want to be, but the person I am. And actually, I think, yes, I did. I took a video during it for this video, so I can show you the face of dumping. So I will insert that right here. Hi guys, so I made a poor decision, and I tried something that was high in fat. Okay, I had a chip with nacho cheese on it, or 2. They were connected. And, oh my god, I feel awful. I have used the restroom for a while, and now I don't feel sweaty or anything like they talk about in dumping, but I do, like, a burning pit at the bottom of my stomach, and it's awful. But I'm very thankful that I do dump. It feels like shit. I feel so bad. I just wanted to tell you guys that it's real. Well, what do you think? Not cute, not fun, not exciting, and I don't regret it, because now I know what that feels like, and I don't like that at all. That's not a fun feeling, and I will try not to have that happen again. It's, oh my gosh, I am yawning up a storm today, y'all. Ooh. It was not fun, and it's hard because I'm living in this world of, like, waiting for the restriction, but it's not the same, and I have to get that out of my head. And even my doctor was like, it's not going to be the same restriction that you felt with your band. The band was, as Jessica, my friend Jessica Cakes will tell you too, she had her revision to sleeve. As you're eating, you're going along, everything's fine. Boom, the boot drops. You're done, and you need to go to the bathroom and probably throw it up. That was kind of the mentality and the way that it worked. So I have to have more self-control, but it's made it a little bit easier in some ways. I mean, with the lap band, I was constantly starving, and that's not a fun way to live. Excuse me. So what's next on the video? So exercise. I haven't been back to the gym, even though I can. I'm not excited about it, but I will. I've got a really good job in the way that, like, on off hours and stuff, I will go around. We've got Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes. I think I see that in one of the videos I'll put in here. I walk around this lake by my work, and let me insert the video real quick so you can see how beautiful it is. All right, guys, so this is the lake that I like to walk by my work when I get a little break. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes. There's a lot of lakes here, but this is just so nice to have this right by. Wasn't that beautiful? And that's right by my work. Like, it's really right outside the door. I just go, put in my headphones, and just kind of go. So I'm really thankful that I have that as an option, and I can use that as a time to walk. And I will, even when the snow comes and everything like that. But I need to get back in to the gym because we spend a lot on our gym. I have had Planet Fitness. I've had not Anytime Fitness. That's expensive too. But your run-of-the-mill gyms when we lived in Vegas. LVAC, Las Vegas Athletic Club. None of it worked. I don't like working out around people. Like, I know that's silly. So we joined a gym here in St. Paul, and it's $200 a month for my husband and I to go. I mean, the perks are amazing, and it's incredible, and it's locker service and laundry service and the whole shebang. But I go because there's nobody there, and the people that are there are 100. So that's good for me. And if I'm gonna do this, I want to do it and be comfortable while I'm doing it. So exercise isn't really existent. It's non-existent at this point, but I need to get that back up and moving. I've never liked exercise, but maybe when I was 170 pounds, I was on the band, but I couldn't get any liquid in. I couldn't get any water, and so I was always exhausted. I was always cranky, and that went on for 2 years. So I didn't exercise, but now I get my 64 ounces of water in. I pee 480,000 times a day. I'm good. I can do it now. Let's talk about stalls. So I think I hit that dreaded 3-week stall that everybody talks about. I've been between 241 and 243, 244 throughout this last week. And I haven't really, except for that chips incident, I haven't really been bad. I haven't done anything that I shouldn't do. I had a sip of chocolate milk. Sue me. But sleepy time. It is frustrating, and I knew it was gonna come, and especially my doctor told me, my nurse told me, you lap band people that's just part of the game for you. You may or may not experience the weight loss the same way that is as if it were primary surgery. This is a secondary surgery for me. It's a revision of something that my body was already used to, for good or for bad. So it's really interesting to see how it's going along. And I feel, my appointment, my doctor was like, you're losing more weight than most people that would at this time, so that's good. And then I stall, of course. So I'm not really going to change anything that way. I may pick up exercise, starting to do that slowly. But at the same time, I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to freak. I'm not going to kill myself about it. Like, it's not a big deal. It happens. And I think I'm pretty much lost a pound in the last week. And when was the last time I lost a pound? I've been going like this the last year and a half. I've been going up. So I would have been I should be happy with just maintaining, but I did go down a pound. And after a year of going up, I'm pretty proud of that. Something I did want to do also in this video is show you my scars. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm going to go in a different room where there's better lighting and stuff, and I can show you. I am not a lady, so I have a hairy stomach, okay? My parents are from Norway. It is very cold in the north, okay? So that's just the way it is. So it may look a little wonky, but I think the scars are healing up nicely, and I wanted to show you guys that. So let's do that. Okay, guys, so we're in my bathroom, and I hope you can see. It's probably a little echoey, but here's my just Bodyshot in clothes. Nothing too fancy, but I haven't done that yet, actually. I think it was little Kansas Kitty was like, oh, I think your first Bodyshot was in the last video, was doing crafts, so it was there. So yeah, here's that. I'll be 2 details, but I did want to show you my scars. So if I can get this up just a skosh here, that's not going to be heavy enough. What's heavy enough in this friggin' bathroom? Nope. Let me get this settled. Okay, you're up a lot higher now. Okay, so I can show you my scars here. So, again, here's the side shot. Here's my front. Let me see. This is my lap band scar. So actually he cut in to where the lap band was, where the port was. So I thanked him for that because this is a twofer. This would have been an extra scar. And then I have one right, where'd it go? Right there. There's one. There's one right there. One right here. That guy. I've got one right by the belly button. One right there too. I think that's all. But yeah, that's so I've got going on right now. Nothing too fancy. I think if I step away, you can see it's not, I'm lucky because it's not necessarily as noticeable as, I'm gonna walk out back to the table. It's not as noticeable as like it could be, which is good. I'm very thankful. I'm very lucky to have what I have, you know, and I'm not going to screw that up or anything like that. So we're making it work. We're going day by day. I'm doing what I need to do for the most part. And I think the most important thing is to live each day and have some fun and try something new. And this has been challenging to allow me to do that, but I'm finding ways every day to try it. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for indulging me in a very vulnerable moment. And as I want to say in every video, every update video now, because I do find it very important, if nobody told you today that they loved you, remember that I do, and I always will. Have a wonderful day, guys.